Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this every day because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, altcoins and everything else. Guys, not much has happened with Bitcoin. It is a little bit down, a little bit up. It is ranging in some kind of range. So we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at Bitcoin dominance. Is the alt season ever gonna happen or not? That's the big question. So there's that. How's chat doing? Batch guitar, let's go. I do, man. I'm here once. That must be a market indicator. Yeah, but is a good or a bad market indicator? That's what we want to know. When batch is here, are we bullish or are we bearish? Is this the top or is this the bottom? That's the question. Pete, 9 a.m. on the dollar. Hope you've been sleeping well and you're all over your S-coin fever. Yeah, my S-coin fever is done. Morning all, we gotta know, Christo. I love how meme coins are burning the ETH. Yeah, that's the good thing about meme season, because it's been burning ETH like crazy, because, you know, people are using ETH and then it's been burning ETH and then ETH goes up and, you know, everything is nice and dandy. Debuting, the center plan, how you doing? One day my small shorts will epically victorious. You got a small shorts? Nice. Mladen is in the chat. Nice. How you doing, man? Diamond hands. Placing them on S&P because Bitcoin might be a good hedge when USA defaults. You have a small shorts on S&P. Wow. I'm a little bit unsure what's gonna happen there. We can check out. We can look at the. Not fundamental. Latest videos. We can look at the S&P 500 stock market as well, DXY. So, you know, we can look at a little bit of everything today and what's actually happening with the charts. So there is that. Hello Des, how you doing, man? Okay, let's start. So as you can see, we have not done anything worthwhile since yesterday. Bigger channel up here did break out down here. There has been no movement up here right now. We're just consolidating. The bigger, you know, the other channel that goes towards downside up here, we are still in the middle of that channel. Not much is actually happening. We are failing to break the resistance levels up here at 27.5 and 27.2, and right now we're just, you know, doing this, you know, movish up here towards upside. We're still above the support levels up here. So if we fail, you know, continuation towards upside above these moving averages and fall below this level over here, then we might talk about, you know, some kind of next movement towards downside. Maybe this is gonna create some kind of double bottom down here and continue towards upside, but there is always that, you know, head and shoulders pattern people are talking about, guys. There is always the head and shoulders pattern people are talking about. Let's go to the daily time frame up here. You know, head and shoulders pattern up here. As you can see, this line over here is very, very nice, and right now we are retesting that line. So we gotta get above that line. We do not want to, you know, lose the line, but more importantly, we do not want to fall on the daily below 26.7 or something like that, give or take. We do not want to fall below, what is this level over here, 26.7. Why don't we want to fall below there? Because this over here right now is a support level. If you lose that support level, we are technically just losing the momentum towards the downside, which is actually not good. So, you know, not much is happening. Today is Tuesday, so we gotta, you know, at least, you know, four more days of trading before the weekend happens, and the short-term move down here did get broken up here, but we're gonna do another, you know, ABC moves, like people are saying, you know, all the time. Oh, this is just ABC correction, you know, something like that before we go towards up. So that depends to be seen. But let's go over here and remove this line up here and add some moving averages on the chart. You'll see that on the daily time frame we are hitting this 10 moving average and we are failing to get above that, but it is very, very steep 10 moving average. Are we gonna do something like this over here, do a double bottom and then, you know, break that and then go towards the upside? It might happen, just might happen. 4 hourly time frame we failed to get above the 50. Right now we are doing this zigzag pattern up here. So if we do fall below the support over here, there is some kind of support line over here below us, right, over here. So if you do below or cross down over here, I will be looking for another move towards downside where we should be getting some kind of bottom up here and then go towards the upside. So some kind of double bottom over here before we continue towards the upside. If we lose the line up here, because this move up here, although I was a little bit bullish over here towards the upside, it's just not playing out. It just not, this should have continued towards the upside. It's not continuing, it's pulling back. Right now we are even losing these moving averages. So if you go below the line down here, I should expect more movement towards the downside. Another dip in the dip, more like heads and shoulders. Yeah, more like heads and shoulders. Yeah, more like heads and shoulders. Yeah, so there are definitely more than one touch, but you know, the theory behind it is kind of okayish. I've been thinking about this head and shoulders pattern. It's kind of okayish because you know, they said, you know, head and shoulders doesn't need to be beautiful, and it's kind of correct. But oftentimes these beautiful head and shoulders patterns are a lot more reliable. If you remember back here in time, people has also been calling this head and shoulders pattern, where is it? Over here, something like this. People have also been calling this head and shoulders pattern, you know, playing out, maybe, where was it? Maybe it was this over here. This is, yeah, over here. They've been calling this head and shoulders pattern as well. And so we're gonna go down, and I mean, that kind of played out, kinda, but it was ugly head and shoulders pattern, you know. So if this ugly head and shoulders pattern does play out, you know, we are looking down at something like 23k or something like that, right? But when it comes to head and shoulders pattern, it's all about psychology, right? So there are some kind of resistance levels up here at the top. The first move came up to, you know, some kind of resistance, failed to break that pullback, right? The second one, you know, goes higher up here and tries to break some kind of other resistance and fails and pulls back. And then the third move up here also tries to break some kind of same resistance levels up here, fails there to pull back. So, you know, we got three moves towards upside. That is the, you know, psychology of the head and shoulders pattern. We got 3 moves towards upside where we failed to break certain levels, and right now we are going below the support of those 3 moves. So this was first move, second move, third move, right? So, you know, whether this is a head and shoulders pattern, it does, you know, we can definitely see. Now, people always think it goes down to 23k. It's always the distance down here. It's not always the distance. Sometimes you break down, you consolidate, and you continue towards upside. That can also be the case. You don't have to, you know, go all the way to the bottom. People often say that, you know, rising wedges always go, you know, back to the start. That's the target down here. No, this is not the target. There are oftentimes 3 targets on a rising wedge, usually where these, you know, pullbacks happen. So if you have something like you know, something like this over here, and then you pull back, you gotta oftentimes, you know, these pullbacks that are very major level of resistance. Sure, it can go down all the way down to there, but if you're a bullish, it will just bounce. If you're a little less bullish, it will bounce over here, and if you are not that bullish, it will maybe hopefully bounce off the bottom, right? So, you know, just because people are saying the target is down there, it is some kind of target, but not always, right? So over here for the head and shoulders pattern, the target is down here at 23k. Because if we do something like this over here, just you know, quick and dirty move up here from the top to the bottom down here, you know, and our breakout, yeah, 23.5 give or take. 23.5, right? That should be some kind of target on the head and shoulders pattern, but it doesn't have to go all the way down there, right? It can just, you know, do this move and continue towards the upside. It can go down over here and then continue towards the upside, or it can definitely go down all the way to 23 and continue towards the upside. But before that happens, there will be an event that has to happen before that happens, and that is breaking the 26.7, right? So breaking the 26.7, closing below that, that might be very interesting. We are thinking that there might be, you know, some kind of lower low over here. That might be maybe some kind of RSI divergence on the chart or something like that. So we gotta see if we do fail down here. Now this 10 moving average is very, very steep. I've seen this kind of before. It oftentimes moves back and then jumps on the 10 moving average. So we might be getting some kind of double bottom over here right now. I'm not, you know, I'm not even short-term bearish. Like when I say short-term bearish, I mean, you know, in this move over here. But over here right now, I'm thinking this might actually do some kind of, you know, double bottom up here before it actually continues towards the upside. But this 10 moving average is very, very steep towards the downside. So, you know, whether we're gonna, you know, just break towards the upside up here, consolidate and towards the upside over here depends to be seen. But we did lose couple of, you know, trends over here. This first trend up here we lost over here. Then we got this secondary trend over here. We lost it over here. Are we gonna lose this last trend over here towards the downside? That depends to be seen. It is a little bit, it has been, you know, we've been trending over here towards downside for a while right now, so you cannot say that we have not been in some kind of, you know, bearish trend, because we have definitely been in a, you know, short-term bearish trend, and we are definitely pulling towards downside. But, you know, how long can this actually go? The worst case scenario, of course, is still, and it's still gonna be, this is the worst case scenario up here. There is a channel over here, right? there is this channel over here. The worst case scenario, the definitely 100% worst case scenario for us right now is if this channel breaks over here on the downside, because if that happens, then it's pretty much, you know, game over. Which broker do you use? The link is down below. That broker, man. You don't need to wonder, target is 200 EMA at 24/7 just because of the new moon. EMA, emotional moving average. Gort likes to lose money. Gort, why do you hate money, man? Why do you hate money? Why do you hate money? So it is hitting up here, resistance up here, a midline and stuff like that. Can it pull back another one more of this time? That depends to be seen. Let's go a little bit check out the indicators down here. What you're gonna see here on the daily time frame, we did come down to you know, 37, you know, some kind of 37 levels down here. We are not all the way down to 30 like we are over here, because over here we came, you know, from some kind of, you know, 44 levels down to 30 levels, and then, you know, have a big bounce. We did this up here. Are we gonna do another one of these moves up here? Depends to be seen. Depends to be seen. A lot of these depend to be seen. And if you know, if you draw Laden lines up here on the chart, we'll see that we are not yet above you know, wherever the trend should be, right? So we are still in this downtrend over here, and we need to break this downtrend towards the upside. And even this bigger downtrend over here, maybe something like this up here, is still not broken, right? We are still getting pushed down over here. We squeeze. We're going towards the upside, but we are still getting squeezed up here. It is very close. It is very close to breaking this towards the upside, but it is getting squeezed. Now MACD is not doing much up here. It's not helping us that much, so we're gonna go to the weekly time frame up here. And on the MACD up here, there is something a little bit bearish, though, a little bit bearish. So what's happening up here on the MACD is that in the last part over here, not actually over here, was it 2 weeks time frame? 2 weeks is up here, momentum is curving towards upside, so this might be some kind of top, right? But on weekly time, where did I see that? Daily. Today. Weekly. I don't know, I must have been blind when I saw it. Doesn't matter. The momentum up here has just been going kind of sideways while we're going towards the upside up here. Right now it's curving towards the downside up here at, after a stop over here. The price is going down, but the momentum is also going down, so I'm a little bit unsure, you know, whether we're gonna get this bearish cross over here and pull down. Now if you do get a bearish cross over here, that's over here, but you know, this might have been the top over here, but it is going towards the downside. It is going towards the downside, and the cross might actually happen very, very soon. Still, you know, 5 days left, so, you know, too early to say. This can also, for whatever reason, just, you know, bounce up here and then, you know, continue towards the upside. The bigger trend is not yet broken. The bigger trend is not yet broken. Let's just do the big line up here at the top, wherever you want to put. Sorry about that. The bigger trend is not yet broken. Below down here, below 25, something like that. So, you know, there's that. There's that. Can you look in the group? Of course I can look in the group, man. It is nice line, man. It is nice line. There is a lot of support over here. Lot of support over here. Lot of support over here. It was important line, and right now the line is broken, and right now we are retesting that line. So that is a little bit worrying. For sure, important line, but not head and shoulders. Too small a left shoulder and too many touches. So you think that this is too many touches? It is. When you look at it like this over here, there are too many touches. But if you zoom out a little bit over here, on the daily time frame up here, I mean, there are many touches, but maybe 2-day time frame. You can always squeeze it a little bit, right? We can always squeeze it a little bit. So you can say that this over here is one shoulder, this over here is you know, head, and then this is third shoulder, right? Because although we have these touches down here, this is the pivot point, right? This is the pivot point, this is the pivot point, this is the pivot point, right? And this over here could also be, you know, double pivot point, whatever, right? But you know, I can definitely see what people mean when they say head and shoulders pattern. But you know, it is nice line. It is nice line. We don't care whether it's a head and shoulders pattern. It is nice line, and the line got broken towards downside. So maybe we're just gonna consolidate over here and then, you know, break that and then, you know, invalidate whatever, you know, people have been talking about. Important thing is we haven't broken, you know, some important moving averages have been broken on the daily time frame, and we are right now in a downtrend over here. But over here, these 200 moving average, 20 moving average up here is still not broken yet. Need a little bit more time. Yeah, we don't care. Exactly, we don't care. We just care about lines. The line is broken, that's fine, but you know, we know the lines. Exactly. Who cares about what kind of pattern it is? Take that, bears. Anyways, let's go to the Bitcoin dominance over here a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, we are gonna get, you know, altcoin season very, very soon. Yeah, that was over here. So what I want to show you up here is that the MACD up here is going towards downside while the price is going towards the upside. I want to actually talk about MACD on the dominance chart, not on the Bitcoin chart. But over here you'll see that dominance up here is going towards the upside while momentum is going towards the downside. There is no RSI divergence up here, but and there is a bullish RSI divergence on the bottom side over here. So right now, is this gonna, you know, bounce towards the upside? I'm a little bit unsure. But it is at this very important critical resistance level over here at the top. At the top over here, give or take, right? It is an important resistance level. It is, you know, try to go up once, try to go up second time. Is it gonna drop down? If it start dropping down, doesn't matter whether Bitcoin goes down or altcoins are. If Bitcoin goes down right now and dominance goes down, that means that Bitcoin is dropping more than dominance. Then that means that you will see Bitcoin is down 5% while altcoins are down, you know, 2%. That is actually very, very bullish, because that might actually mean that we are, as soon as Bitcoin turns around, that altcoins are gonna take over and, you know, pump. That's what we would like to see, right? If the dominance goes towards the downside up here and Bitcoin pumps towards the upside, that means that altcoins are pumping more than Bitcoin, right? So however you look at it, so over here, this actually might actually be good for altcoins, because whether Bitcoin goes up or down, and altcoins goes, if Bitcoin goes down, altcoins will go less down than Bitcoin if the dominance goes down. And if the Bitcoin goes up, altcoins will go a lot more if the dominance goes down. So the dominance going down is good for altcoins either way. Either way, it's good for altcoins, even if Bitcoin dumps, because it will dump, altcoins will dump, but not that much. And the good thing is that because altcoins are not reacting to the Bitcoin dump that much, that might be actually a very good bullish signal that you know, we might actually altcoins might actually explode. So over here we are still not above, you know, major critical levels of resistance. Let's see 2-day time frame up here, weekly up here. Yeah, weekly is a little bit extended up here, but I still think that weekly should go all the way to something like, you know, up here 50% up here, and then have a altcoin season, something like that. But you know, we haven't done that. We did cross the resistance up here, and right now we are pulling back. So there is that. DXY has broken towards upside up here a little bit after this, you know, bullish curvature up here. And right now, there depends to be seen where we're gonna, you know, consolidate up here and break towards upside or get rejected. So a little bit, you know, shaky what's happening on the shaky what's happening on the DXY. But this also might actually be, you know, double bottom up here. Now, double bottom is confirmed if we can get above the 50 moving average, give or take, on the weekly time frame up here, and then it goes towards upside, because this is a weekly time frame. But you know, it can also do something like this over here. Down here is support level, so it needs to get below the support level if it wants to, you know, continue dumping towards the downside. Is dollar bullish? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Everybody stops using the dollar. I forgot what happened on 420. Did we know the date? We kind of knew the date. Let me see up here. 420. Did we know the date on the 420? Yeah, pretty much. So we said something is gonna happen on 420. That's up here, right? 420. That's almost the top up here, right? That's 19th, right? Over here, that's 19, 20, 20 up here, right? But you know, it's give or take. So we did know the date, guys. We did know. We said something is gonna happen on 420. That's a not good date, right? And for a lot of reasons, we've talked about 420 for a long time, and it looks like it might have been the top. It looks like it might have been the top, right? My channel was the top. Dollar is slowly dying. Dollar is slowly dying. So 420 was okay. Also the 5th May up here. 5th May was also important because we said eclipses are never good. Unfortunately, we need a new date. Well, we said that, you know, 5th May was also full moon, and we said, but there's eclipse, so you know, the eclipses are never good. So eclipse full moon is never good, and of course we dumped on that as well. So yeah, we knew the dates. It's all good. We can look for a next date. We need another date. Yes, we need another date. We're gonna look. We also know that we got a full moon, super moons, like 3-4 in a row this year. So you know there gotta be something bullish about those super moons. So that is that. So we'll make an updated video on what's happening with the super moons eventually. And what is one more thing that we want to look at? Yeah, the stock market. And we're just gonna be looking at weekly time frame, some kind of moving average up here without actually looking at the resistance. Sorry, resistance level. There is of course resistance level up here at the top. But you'll see that we are right now at above the moving averages. So we haven't lost the moving averages towards the downside, which is actually quite good. This is the S&P 500. This is the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is unfortunately moving a little bit below the moving averages. Up here, it got some kind of line over here where it's failing to break that line. Still above the 50 moving average, which is looks like to be a lot more important up here, because it is holding us. You know, this is the downtrend, this is uptrend over here. This was also uptrend up here. And then we broke that and right back up that, you know, nice bounce. So 50 moving average up here on the Dow Jones is seems to be a very important level. Up here, that's at 32.6 or something like that, right? But right now we are moving a little bit below that. And the Nasdaq is also looking very bullish. But Nasdaq looks like it's going into this, you know, rising wedge up here towards the upside. So you know, how long can this actually go? Now this rising wedge also is hitting. This rising wedge is also hitting the resistance right now, saying, you know, what are the probabilities to break the resistance with a rising wedge? So I don't know. So if this rising wedge plays out, we are looking for a move down over here. If the Dow Jones, you know, fails up here, and there's some kind of channel up here that breaks, you know, goes down and breaks the 50 moving average, we're looking for more move down there. And S&P 500 up here right now is hitting the resistance. I don't know whether this is rising wedge, but there is definitely some kind of line up here. If it moves up here, we might be looking for some kind of move. So everything kind of needs to break this resistance level. Break it, and it's not breaking the resistance level. And oftentimes, the longer time when it comes to the resistance level, or even more important, when you break certain resistance level, and you need to pump because you just broken resistance level, you need to show bullishness, you need to go towards upside, but you fail to do that, and you kind of just go sideways above that resistance, something is shady, something is not right. So I don't like that we have been, you know, holding this, you know, level, you know, for this long up here right now. And I don't know. Is the move down likely? It could be. I don't know. So stock markets does look shady, even though it is, you know, above moving average up here beside the Dow Jones. The Nasdaq up here is going some kind of rising wedge. It does kind of look a little bit shady. So stock market looks a little bit shady. This looks like it's creating double bottom up here. It did hit these moving averages up here, but this big candle up here didn't get above the 10 moving average. So we're gonna see if this continues. You know, if this does continue towards upside, we might just say that this over here was some kind of double bottom over here, which is never a good thing. But the double bottom to be confirmed, it needs to get back above you know, 105 or something like that. So you know, that's a big way up there. It may sell and go away. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case so far. We are buying in summer. So if you need new date, OpenSea, let's go up here. 2023. Right now it's May. So you see this April 20 was a new moon and solar eclipse, which was bad. So we said April 20 is gonna be bad, right? It was bad, some kind of top, right? May 5th was full moon, but the problem with full moon was that we had eclipse full moon, which was bad. And then May 19 is the new moon, just a normal new moon. And then on the June, you know, these full moons start to be working out, because there is no eclipses on this June of 4th moon. Then you got a normal new moon, and then in July the full moons, the super moons are starting in July 3rd. The super moons are starting in August, super moon again, and again August, super moon, blue moon. So I would say that, you know, the big moves are gonna start. You know, I think we might, if this is some kind of top and we go down, July is the time when we are gonna hit the next new bottom, right? So there is that. So we might do something like this over here. Where is the chart? Where is the July up here? June, July, give or take up here, right? This is a weekly time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame up here. Are we gonna, you know, go down here, you know, a little bit up here, you know, something like that, and then hit this, you know, full moon, super moons up here, and then bam, towards the upside? I mean, that could be the case. If you want to know the date, it is the super moon season. We got like 4 super moons in a row between July and September. I think the last one is in September. So the super moon starts this is June. In June starts the normal full moons and normal new moons, but the super moons start in July. You know, it starts with July, conjunction of Venus and Mars. The planet Venus and Mars will pass. I don't know, this conjunction is probably some, you know, Venus and Mars, they are very important, you know, in love, you know, women are Venus and men are Mars. But July 3rd, super moon starts. So July starts, and then you got, you know, 1 super moon, 2 super moons, 3 super moons, and we got a last super moon up here in September. So between July and September, we got like 4 super moons in a row, full moons, and after that there is on October new moon, annual solar eclipse, which I might think that will be something to, you know, to take into account. And October 4th we're gonna dump big time, right? So these super moons, you know, and you got between July and September you got 4 super moons, and then after that there is October 14th, the new moon eclipse, annual solar eclipse, and then we have a big dump. So this is the top up here. So between July and so we're gonna pump. So the way I see it up here. So this is how we're gonna you know, do this. Right now we're going a little bit towards downside because April 20th we said, you know, this is eclipse season, and July up here. So this is when the, you know, super moon start, and then they go all the way up to September, right? September, but October 14th, right? I'll say October 14th up here. So I think we might actually pull back a little bit over here, you know, just analyzing the full moons. And then during the super moon season, we go towards upside. And then October 14th, the new moon, the eclipse, solar eclipse full moon, we dump. Sounds like a plan, guys. It sounds like a good plan to me. And then after that solar eclipse, right? After that solar eclipse, there is 2024 March, right? So we go a little bit down here and then explode towards upside over here. October 14, we go towards downside. Over here, we consolidate into the halving. This is halving. And after the halving, what happens after the halving? The move up. So there you go. This is the plan, guys. This is the plan. Based on the moons, this is the plan. Right now, we are going into the super moon season. During the super moon season, we pump like crazy until the October the 14th, when we get a new moon with eclipse. After the eclipse, there will be sell-off. There will be consolidation until the halving. And after the halving, the bull market resumes, and we are going into the liquidity, you know, exit liquidity part, where we, you know, get all the mainstream and retail into that and get our exit liquidity. Sounds like a plan. I think we got a plan, guys. I think we got a plan. So there's that. Any questions? Any questions? There is one more thing, guys. There is one more thing. Nah, I'll keep that for myself. I'll keep that for myself. That's fine. I want to show you something, but I think I'll wait a little bit. I don't know. I think I'll wait a little bit. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. We got new dates. We saw what's happening with Bitcoin up here. Might have a little bit of consolidation, move towards downside. Also, this 50 moving average doesn't look that actually very nice. We are below that 50 moving average. So move down is definitely happening right now. But we knew that, you know, we know always the dates. We always know the dates. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you again another time. I'm gonna do some other work, and enjoy the day. I hope you learned something new. Where is the outro?